We've got, well, a trinity of experts here to give us their perspective on the huge news today. Karun Chandhok, Ted Kravitz, and a 1996 world champion, Damon Hill, as well. Karun, the why question is the big one, I think, in all of this. Why has Lewis Hamilton decided at the age of 39 Ferrari is the right place for him?
That is the biggest question, and I think that's something we all want to hear from him because, you know, as recently as a few months ago, in fact, I think it was the 31st of August, they announced the new 2-year contract at Mercedes starting in this beginning of this year for 24 and 25. And somehow, somewhere, he's either lost confidence in the Mercedes project and doesn't believe they can give him a chance to fight Max Verstappen, or B, it is just that romantic lure of, as this image shows, being in red. And yeah, I'd love to hear from him, really, and see what he has to say.
Yeah. Is it heart or head, Ted?
Probably both. I mean, while we're waiting for official confirmation from either Mercedes that he's not going to fulfill his newly signed contract, or for Ferrari that he's going to join him in a year's time, we should say thank you, Ferrari, and thank you, Lewis Hamilton, for exploding the drivers' market that had looked very static for this year. But it is for next year, and I think Lewis Hamilton, he had to ask himself one question, and that was, can I win another championship at Mercedes? And if the answer to that was yes, then he's got this year to do it. But if the answer to that is no, and he thinks that Red Bull are going to win the next championship this year and probably 2025, and who knows about 2026, then he thinks, well, my career is going to end maybe in the next 4 or 5 years. I'd like to drive for Ferrari one day. And then, in that regard, it makes sense.
I mean, so you're saying, in a way, a couple of years without winning at Ferrari is better than maybe a couple of years without a guaranteed title at Mercedes. Well, let's see what Damon Hill thinks. Is his best chance, if we rule out Red Bull, is Lewis's best chance of winning an 8th world title at Ferrari, is it a better opportunity than Mercedes, staying put?
I think if Lewis genuinely thought that the 8th title was guaranteed, or a good 50-50 chance of happening if he stayed at Mercedes, he would have stayed. So I think that he's got to the point where he's probably heard the music coming out of Mercedes maybe a few too many seasons and started to think, well, I need to invigorate my final years in Formula One. What better way to do it than to drive for Ferrari? At least I've got a chance. If it goes wrong, at least I tried.